Good morning and welcome to the interview. My name is Diane Sawyer. Today on the show we're going to be having John Ward, founder of the Gay and Lesbian Activist Group. He's here to share his story about how he founded the group. John Ward, everybody.
Nice to be here, Diane.
It's nice to have you on the show this morning, John. So, tell us, how did GLAAD all get started?
Well, you see, Diane, I started this company in 1978. This is where I had my first big case in the Boston Library. There were police who responded to citizen complaints about men in public library soliciting sex in the bathroom. The police stepped up their surveillance and aggressively targeted patrons. The police arrested 103 men on accounts of indecent exposure, but only one man arrested was found guilty. When I founded GLAAD, our first case was the Doe versus McNiff case, which included us charging the Boston Library and police officials with violating the civil rights for the man arrested in the library who happened to be gay. The case took nearly a decade to resolve and finally ended in a settlement.
Wow, so I guess that you're saying that you have to work for what you want and that you have to fight for it and never give up.
I am saying that, Diane. I learned that ever since I was a little boy.
So, what made you interested in starting a gay activist group?
Well, Diane, I always knew I was different from a young boy. I didn't enjoy the activities that the other boys were enjoying. I was not interested in chasing the girls. I liked playing and being friends closely with the boys. I was tired of being bullied for being gay, so I decided that when I grow up I wanted to help others who went through the same thing as me. And it was then that I realized that I needed to do something for us. We shouldn't be treated differently because of our sexual orientation. I decided to stand up and try my best to protect everyone who has to go through the same thing as me. And nobody should have to go through that.
John, you are very brave for standing up for what you believe in. Many of the people who you've helped and who you've created this group for appreciate everything you've done for them. They have to go through something in the gay community and just in society alone that GLAAD helps them out to do.
Thank you, Diane. If I just inspire one soul or one person to be proud of themselves no matter what, no matter their sexual orientation or what they believe in, I believe I've done my job.
That's very true. That's a good lesson to have. How do you think the government should approach the discrimination against gays in today's society? Do you think legalizing gay marriage would solve the problem?
I actually do, Diane. I believe that if we legalize gay marriage in America, that the gay community will not be seen as someone different in society. I believe they will be finally accepted into society. I don't think people should be picked on because of who they really are.
That is a very great point. First off, we would like to thank you very much for for taking time out of your busy schedule today to join us on our show and tell us and the whole audience your story about founding GLAAD.
Thanks for having me, Diane. I really appreciate you letting me come on your show and telling my story to the whole world, and I really wish I inspired at least just one soul.
Well, before you go, John, we have one final thing that I would love to share with you and the whole studio audience and everyone out there watching. John, I, Diane, am gay, and I would like to tell everyone that John here inspired me to tell all of you, because without John telling me his story, I probably would not have the inspiration or have been scared to tell everyone. But thanks to John's story, I can come out and say it. So thank you, John.
Thank you, Diane.